Cool. I know we focused a lot on mentoring, and we kind of focus more on young people specifically. But you mentioned something at the very beginning and said, "Oh, kind of in a joking way, like maybe I need a mentor."
Yeah.
And I actually I'm of the belief that every single person needs a mentor, or could at least benefit from a mentor. Like I just think about like when I was getting married, for instance, there was like a marriage program, and there was the opportunity for us to be mentored by experienced couples who have done it. I think about myself now. A good example is I think about myself now. In September, I start a brand new role as assistant head teacher in a school. I've never been an assistant head teacher before. So I'd be lying to say that I'm going into that role and I know every single aspect of my job. I don't. What I do have is a willingness to learn, but ultimately I need to learn from other people. So like I've broken down my role into about 4 or 5 different categories of things that I'm going to be overseeing. And I'm literally going to seek after someone that can mentor me in every department, because it's valuable for me, but it'll ultimately be valuable for the school. So I don't personally think that there's anything wrong in having a mentor. You as a professional football player, I'm sure you've had mentors.
No, I think everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a coach, especially someone that's done it. Whatever you're trying to do, the best way to learn is to watch someone who's done it before you. So, and that's where I'm trying to come in for these young footballers, for these young athletes, because I've got to a point where this is all I know and this is all I've ever done. So I want people to better my path and follow it, So I didn't reach where I wanted to go to. Obviously, I wanted to go Prem, I wanted to play World Cups, but I played at Wembley and I played at these grounds that I wanted to play at. And it was only recently that I finally came to peace with that. Okay, you didn't reach there, but you did live out your dream of being a professional footballer. So that's how I want to help these kids realize any dream they've got, whether you're a footballer, a volleyball player, basketballer, anything. It's just about helping, and that's become my passion, to help and to nurture the next generation.
No, it's good, man. So what about you two? In your adult life, within your career, professions, or maybe just an aspect of your life, whether it's fatherhood or being a businessman, like, do you have a mentor, or do you see the value of having a mentor in some area of your life as an adult, not as a child?
Yeah, I definitely see the value, because I feel like there's only so much you can do alone, and there's only so much you can do by yourself, and you have to get advice from somebody. And me, like this year alone, my goal is to read 50 books. And then you're reading all of these things and you're gaining all of this knowledge, but just because you have it in your head, you don't know what to do with it. And that's where a mentor comes in, because I always thought as long as you're reading and you're getting something from a book or maybe a YouTube video or whatever, however you learn, you've got the knowledge and you don't need a mentor. But then you try to apply it and then you find yourself struggling, and then you speak to somebody and someone gives you advice and they're like, do it this way, or this is how I did it, or don't do this. And then you realize the importance of or why it's imperative to have a mentor. And I think that it doesn't matter what age, if you're trying to do something and whatever it is, get married, raise a child, start a business, whatever, someone who's done it before and somebody who's attempted to do it before will still have more knowledge than you, whether they've failed or succeeded.
No, it's good. It's good. What about you, Riz?
I'm aware of the importance of it, and I agree with what you said, T. But I know I need to get one, especially when it comes to like for business, a business mentor or coach. That would be great. I know it will aid to my success. Very important. In fact, I feel like I need it to take things to the next level. I need someone around me that can just help guide me on my journey. But I've got people around me that run businesses, and I just kind of use them like to kind of help me on my journey. So I wouldn't call them my mentors, but I see them as mentors.
And the thing is, there's such thing as peer mentoring, which is kind of what you're describing, whether it's intentional or not. And that sometimes can take the place of a mentor, in it being someone that's older than you or more experienced than you. I think ultimately, I think it's just that willingness to learn from others. But I think what you said is key though. In isolation, I think being mentored by a football player, professional football player who has done it, it's very specific. You want to be a football player? I've done it. I know the good, the bad, the right turns.
That's the bit.
This is it, you know. But then we've also spoken about mentors where they don't know that they were being mentors, but they were, because they were saying the right things, and that was helpful. They were just being supportive.
Yeah.
And then you got the other types of mentors where they're leading by example. They ain't never said a word. Like, there are people who would never speak to Cristiano Ronaldo, but because they watched him and how he presents as a professional athlete, forget footballer, as an athlete, he has mentored children without realizing it.
100%.
Facts.